students. Okay, I am starting. Okay, so this is our second class. Okay, let me just on the recording section. Okay, till now everyone installed Python in your systems.
Yes, sir.
So is there anyone who have not installed Python yet? You can comment in the comment section, in the chat section. Anyone who did not install Python till now? Okay, so let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is your syllabus of Python, okay, of IT Workshop Lab. So we have discussed about history of Python and some features, why it is useful, and over time we'll learn more detail. So next we have installation of Python. Already we have installed Python, and you have run any Python script in your system. You are able to run any print statement. Have you checked? I want to know that you have installed properly, and you have set the path. The path may be set automatically, or you may set it manually. Okay, from the environment variables. So I am assuming that you can run the any Python script, the simple Python script. Okay, you have installed Python. So now we'll start from variables and data types. Okay, so now like other programming languages, every programming language should have some definition, standard set of variables and some data types. Okay, so can you see my slide? Okay, so we are discussing about Python variables. So what does variable mean? Simply, with a variable we can reserve some memory space in our system. Okay, in our primary memory we can block some memory locations, memory space with variables. Why we should block? Because we want to store some values, you all know. Okay, so you are learning C programming, or you have already learned in your uh, previous semester. I think you have learned C programming. Hello, you know C programming?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you should know what is variable and why it is used. So I am just discussing it again. Okay, So in a particular type of variable, we need to store the appropriate data types. Okay.
Sir, some students are waiting.
Okay. 1 minute. But here I am not seeing anyone. Ask them to re-enter again. They request me again to enter. Okay. I am hearing the sound, but no option is there to accept. What is happening? I can see 25 students. Okay, let me first stop sharing my screen, then it may appear. But it should not happen like this way. No, I am not getting any request to enter in my class. Okay, try. Okay, Shubhajit বিশ্বাস, 25. Okay. So okay, you can you see my screen now?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in Python, the variable declaration and also the initialization, it happens automatically. You can just write the name of the variable and you can assign any value. Okay. You no need to uh, define the type of the variable like integer, char or float. You can just have the name like any name of the variable, and then you should give an equal sign to assign a value to that particular variable. Okay. So now with the with the help of some simple examples, we'll learn, try to understand the concepts of variable in Python that are allowed. Okay, with some simple examples. So I want all of you uh, follow me with these examples in your systems also. We'll just run some basic scripts, Python scripts of about 1 to 3 lines to understand the variable part. Okay. So whoever new, we are discussing the variable part of your syllabus. What are the variables accepted, available in our Python programming language? Okay. So you all have installed Python. So go to your search. So anyone using any other OS other than Windows operating system? Anyone using Ubuntu or Okay, I think everyone using Windows. So you can go to your search bar, type Python. Okay, then open the Python command line. Okay, so today we only use the Python command line, and maybe if time permits, then we all also learn about. Okay, 1 minute. Here is sound. Okay, we'll just use Python command line segment and just type Python in your search bar. Okay, and then open the Python command line. Okay. You can see this screen. So everyone open. Okay, for now, for today, we'll mainly use this section, this Python shell script. We'll use this to understand our variables that are available in Python, and then we may use the in from any command line section how to compile, how to compile a Python program using command line. Okay, how to run a Python script using a simple editor like text editor, any other like Notepad or any other text editor. Okay, so now we are discussing about variables. Suppose we have a variable, suppose of integer type. We want to declare a variable of integer type. Okay, so you can just write the name of the variable num, and then you should give an equal sign, and then the value, the value, the assignment value you can give as 21, and you can press enter. That is fine. So again, so we have a variable of integer type. Again, suppose we want to define another variable, suppose name, and this time we are trying to assign a string, say it is RCC IIT. So suppose 1 minute. Suppose we want to use also the floating point number system. So suppose we have another variable d, and we are assigning some 45.25. Okay. So now we can check if these values are correctly stored in our variables. For that, we can just simply display the values with the help of print statement. So print num. So we'll get the whatever the value num is holding right now. Okay. So in that way, we can also in this name. Okay. So you can also print value of b also. So you can see we have integer type variables, we have string type variables, and also we have float type variables. And to initialize, you just need to assign. You can directly assign with the help of the equal sign. Okay. So now you can also re-declare an existing variable. Suppose in our variable name we have the value RCCII. Okay. So you want to change that value. So you can just write name equals CSC RCCII. Okay. And then you can print this name. So redeclaration is also allowed. Okay. So anyone getting up to this point? Any confusion? It is very simple. Okay. So in variable we can also assign multiple variables in one go. Okay. Like you may have more than one variable. Suppose you have x. Suppose you have x, y, and z. Okay, so you can write x equals y equals z, and then whatever value you want to assign. CSC. So this is also allowed. Multiple assignment is also allowed. Multiple assignment as well as multiple declarations is allowed in Python. So you can display this value with print x. You also can check print z. So it is allowed. So we have learned about the redeclaration of any variable and also multiple assignment and multiple declaration.
Hello, sir.
हाँ बोलो बोलो.
Sir, after declaring x is equals to y is equals to z, sir, in my PC, sir, it is showing a message that invalid syntax.
Invalid.
Invalid syntax, sir. Hello.
Oh, okay. You have typed this line x equals y equals z.
Yes, sir. CSC 2020. And after printing enter, sir, it says that file stdin line 1, and then it is showing that invalid syntax.
Okay. You can in print statement you can remove these braces. Try removing these braces. You can just type print x. Try this one.
Sir, it now showing a message of missing parenthesis in call to print. Did you in print, and then in parenthesis it's x.
Okay, you need parentheses. So
It may be case
so-
sensitive, like you maybe lowercase or uppercase problem. Check the x is lowercase or uppercase.
Everything
may
is in lowercase.
okay, which version you are using Python?
Sir, 3.8 32-bit.
Okay,
Sir,
then you
sir,
can.
tell him to show its
Yes, I am saying
screen.
that.
Then that will be better.
You can send me the screenshot, or can you share?
Sir, just give me a second, sir. I am doing that. Sir, few seconds. WhatsApp is opening in my PC. I'm opening WhatsApp.
Okay. In that.
Sir, how will I share my screen, sir?
We just open your video.
Sir, actually now you are presenting it.
Oh,
सर यू मस्ट
just
स्टॉप
अपना
योर
वीडियो ऑन
प्रेजेंटेशन।
करना।
okay.
हाँ ऑन कर दिया भाई, उसके बाद क्या करूँ? हाँ प्रेजेंट नाउ आया। योर इंटर स्क्रीन। भाई यार सर इज इट विजिबल?
Yes, I am seeing your screen.
After that you didn't
वेट के बाद इक्वल साइन नहीं है।
equals to हाँ Z के बाद इक्वल साइन नहीं है, इसलिए प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है। Z के बाद इक्वल साइन होना चाहिए।
Equals is mandatory. Equals.
ओके सर, ओके सर।
Okay.
सॉरी टू डिस्टर्ब यू सर।
No problem. No problem. Okay. So multiple declaration is also allowed. So also we can assign multiple types. Okay. Just watch the example what I am trying to say. So in previous example, we have used three variables x, y, and z, and we have assigned a single value CST 2020 to all the variables. Okay. So now we'll try to assign different values to different variables. Okay. Simply you can type x, comma y, comma z, and then equals. So let us say we'll use x as a integer variable. So here we can type 78, and after comma for y we are using floating type number. So 58.65, any number, any decimal number, and for z we are using a string. suppose RCC IIT. Okay, so this is also allowed. So you can see we can allow, we can assign multiple values to multiple variables at one go at the same time. Okay, so we can display this. So value of x is 78, and then value of y is 58.65, and also value of z and check. So you can see we can assign multiple, we can assign the same value to multiple variables, and we can assign different values to different variables. Okay, so this is brief introduction about variables of Python, and as we do more programming in our upcoming sessions, consequently we will learn more about variables of Python. Okay, so now, let me ask, up to this point everyone, no problem? You have it is working on your system?
Yes, sir. Properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now we'll discuss about our data types in Python. Okay, so now, so mainly we have 6 standard data types. Okay, obviously we have other data types also, we'll learn consequently. So these are the standard data types of Python. We have numbers, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary. So in our syllabus you can see we need to learn in detail about strings, about lists, okay, about tuples, dictionaries. Okay, these are all data types. So in the upcoming sessions, when we'll discuss about list, and we'll do some experiment, some programs on list, all these topics. Okay, all these data types, about all these data types, list, tuples, dictionaries. So we'll learn in detail at that time. So for now, we have 6 standard data types in Python. So we have to handle different number systems. So we have numbers data, number type of data type. Okay. Then to handle the text, paragraphs, and all that, we have strings. And these characters and numbers, this text and different numbers, all are our values. And to operate efficiently, we have some other data types also. So we can solve the problems efficiently using the other data types also, like list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So in the what happens in the case of list, tuple, and set, and also in dictionary, we are given some special facilities. Okay, in list, tuples, in all these data types, we are having some special characteristics. We have some special characteristics in list, and some different updated characteristics, you can say, in tuple, and we can also use dictionary. So ultimate goal is to manipulate different characters, different numbers, different paragraphs, and to solve our real life problems and different scientific problems. Okay, So we have can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll discuss briefly about numbers data type. Okay. So as we have already discussed about variables. So in numbers we have integer, float, and also we can handle the complex part of the number system. Okay, we have integer number systems. We can also handle obviously, and float, and also the complex number system. So in Python, basically the data types, these data types mainly integer, float, and complex. So these are all treated as class. So I am saying that these are all treated as class. So I think uh, someone. So Jeet Sardar, can you please switch off your microphone? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So what I am saying that these types, this complex type, integer type, and float type. So these are all treated as class in Python. Okay. So you know something, what is class? At this point of time, you may not know because it is the concept of object-oriented programming language. And as in our first class, we have discussed that we have talked that the Python also support the OOPS concepts. The object-oriented programming language concepts are also supported in Python. Okay, like polymorphism, inheritance, all those concepts are available. So these types are treated as class. Okay, so you can check if you want to know the type of an existing data type or existing variable, you can use the type method, type function, that is inbuilt function of Python. Okay, you can just use this type method. So we'll discuss about this type method. So now let us understand this concept again with some simple examples. Okay, so please give me 2 minutes. Okay, I need to go for 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for waiting. So now we'll try to understand these data types with some example. Okay. So now again, you can open this uh, shell section of Python program. So now, so let us say we have defined some variables. So you can see in our previous examples, we have x equals 78. So x is of integer type. Okay. So you can display the type of x using this type of function. You can just print suppose first we are trying to print the value of x, then this value is of type. So this is our inbuilt function. Okay. So we are passing b. Okay. So we need another base. Okay, give me 1 minute. Sorry, this will be x. While scanning.
স্যার ডাবল ইনভার্টেড কমাটা উপরে পড়ে যাচ্ছে, মানে ওটা অফের
Oh,
আগে হবে।
yes, yes, yes. Different.
Yes.
So we need to give also a comma. So you can see first in the place of x, it is displaying the content of x, whatever the value x is containing. So 78 is of integer type. Okay. So like this way, we can also check the date. So you can see. So here I need to also change this as date. So you can see first it is displaying the value RCCIT. So this is of type str, string type. Okay. Also you can change this as y. So you can see this is of float type. Okay. So everyone is fine with these scripts. Okay, now we'll discuss about the complex data types. I'm hearing some sound here. Okay. Suppose we want to assign some complex number in any variable. Suppose we have any variable we have used. So Anyone tell me what is the form of a complex number? How you can represent a complex number?
A plus IB.
Okay. So suppose the value of A is 10. So then we have plus. Then suppose value of B is 6 and then J. Okay. In this way we can represent a complex number. Okay. Now we can check the type of this variable. So you can see this 10 plus 6J is of type, it is saying complex type. Okay. We have run this code. Now you can see these are our standard data types. Other than these standard data types, we also have these Boolean types and byte types. Okay, we will learn one in the time of programming. Okay, so now up to this point we have discussed about variables and data types, and we also have some operators like all other languages. Python is also having some operators, and we'll learn about these operators in the time of programming. So now, so you can run some scripts in this command line section, in this Python shell section. So now we'll learn to use, we'll learn to compile or interpret a full program in Python. Okay. So you can just type Control Z. Now create a folder. Okay. Create a folder in your desktop or in any place with any name. The date may be, or your name, with your name you may create a folder. Okay. Now in search bar type CMD to open the command prompt. Okay. Now change your directory to this location. Just click in this address bar and then copy this address. Okay, like this way. Click this address bar and then copy this location and then go to the command prompt and then type cd for change directory and then right click. So you have linked this location in this with this location. Okay, with this with your current directory location. Okay. Alternatively, you can also just go to your location of the folder and then click this address bar, and in this place type CMD and then enter. Okay. Then you will directly open a command prompt in this location only. Okay, you can follow any method.
Can you repeat the portion? I have disconnected.
Okay, okay. So, create a folder on your computer in any location with any name. Okay. In my case, the name of the folder is this one. The date, the today's date, 28 2020. Okay. Then open the folder and then click on the address bar on your Explorer. Okay. Just click once and it will be selected, and then type CMD. Okay, and enter. Okay, now you need to link your Python interpreter to this location to run Python programs. Okay, so for that, in my case, first of all, find the location where you have installed Python. It may be in your C drive, it may be directly in your C drive. Okay, it may be directly in your C drive like this one. Okay, or I am using right now, I am trying to using the installation of Python 3.8, and I have installed Python 3.8 in this location. Okay, so find out the location where you have installed Python. You can search python.exe to find the location, this file. Okay, go to your documents folder or in your C drive, go to your C drive. Okay, open your C drive, the drive where you install all the programs, and then type python.exe and then search. Type python.exe on the search bar. Then you will get the location where you have installed Python. So everyone got the location, got the installation directory of Python 3.8. Alternatively, you can check in your environment variables in your path section also. There also you can find the installation location. Okay. Okay, after completing this search, you can right click and open the use the open containing folder, something like that. Okay. Then the next step is, so everyone following me? So here you need to link this location with your Python installation. So type path equals and then go to your Python installation folder, and then again click on the address bar, just click once, and then right click on the selected location, selected address bar, and then copy the location. Okay, So everyone getting? And after copying the location, just right click once and it will be pasted. And then click press enter. So now we can use Python interpreter in this folder. In this current folder, we can use Python interpreter to interpret to run any Python program. Okay. So now in this location, in this folder, okay. So in this folder, you can use any editor like Notepad. Okay. So this is a simple program, Python script of one line. Create a Python program. Okay. Open editor. So here create a text and then give a name, and you should give the extension at .py. Okay, like this way you create a Python script. And then just type this line, print hello world, print anything. Okay, so everyone created this Python script, Python file on your folder. On
No,
your
sir.
direct-
Can you please repeat?
Okay.
From start?
Up to this point, up to this path equals the installation location of the Python. You have linked the Python interpreter.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So you have found the location of your Python installation directory. Have you found that location?
Sir, before that, can you tell me the where the hello py is?
Okay, I'm saying that. Okay, you have found the location of the installation directory of Python. Okay,
Yes,
where you can see this python.exe and some files will be there. Okay, so keep that location open. Okay, keep that in minimize mode. Okay, and then go to your newly created directory. It may be on your desktop or on any other place. Okay, in my case, the directory is 20. This is the name of my directory, 20 hyphen 08 hyphen 25. Okay, so open that directory and then right click, and then you can use create a new document using Notepad. You can also Notepad. I am using Notepad plus. You can also Notepad. Okay, so let me use Notepad. So use this Notepad. Okay. In Notepad, type this line, this simple line, print hello world, print hello world, this simple line in a Notepad. You have typed this line. Okay, then go to file and save as, not save. Okay, then go to file and then save as. Okay, and then you need to save this uh, script in this location in your newly created directory. Okay, so I am using this location. So there I am giving any name, and then click here the save type as star dot star. Okay, all files, and then go the name, file name, and then keep a extension hello dot py. Okay, are you getting the steps?
স্যার মানে ডাইরেক্টরিটা কোথায় আছে সেটা কিভাবে জানবো? মানে পাইথনের ডাইরেক্টরিটা, মানে যেখানটায় পাইথনের এটা আছে সেখানে কি ডাইরেক্টরি হবে?
না না না, সেখানে ডাইরেক্টলি করার দরকার নেই। তুমি পাইথন, ইউ হ্যাভ ইনস্টল পাইথন in a different location, and you can use a directory that's in other location. Okay, the installation folder, you should not touch that location. You should not override that location frequently. Okay, we can just use that interpreter to find. You have found the installation directory now. Okay, my PC is actually very slow. That's why it is still searching. You can go to your C drive, and then on search bar, you just type Python. Python.
স্যার স্যার আমি ওটা বলছি না, বলছি যে যেই জিনিসটা আমি যেই ইয়ে নোটপ্যাডে যে ফাইলটা বানালাম সেটা কোন ডাইরেক্টরিতে সেভ করব?
সেটা তুমি যে নতুন যে ফোল্ডারটা বানিয়েছো আজকের ডেট দিয়ে,
স্যার ওটা যে কোনো ফোল্ডার হতে পারে, মানে যে কোনো ফোল্ডার হতে পারে?
হ্যাঁ, যে কোনো ফোল্ডার হতে পারে। তাহলে তোমাকে
আচ্ছা
যে ফোল্ডারটা ইউজ করবে সেখানে তোমাকে লিংক টেস্টটা করতে হবে।
আচ্ছা, বুঝেছি স্যার,
ওকে,
বুঝে গেছি।
so like this way,
হুম
save this one. Okay, so we have created a Python script of hello.py. Okay, on our newly created directory. So now we have linked the Python interpreter to our newly created directory. Okay,
স্যার একটুখানি ওইটা বলবেন যে হ্যালোটা আমরা পেয়ে গেলাম যেখানটায়,
হ্যাঁ।
সেখান দিয়ে আমরা ওটাকে লিংক করাবো কি করে? ওখানে গিয়ে ডাইরেক্টরিতে exe কমান্ড প্রম্পটটা লিখবো, তাই তো? মানে
হ্যাঁ,
যেখানে সেভ করলাম।
হ্যাঁ, তুমি যেখানে সেভ করলে, তো
আচ্ছা,
এই স্ক্রিনটা তুমি পেয়েছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার।
এটা তুমি এই লোকেশনে তোমাকে পেতে হবে। In my case it is E colon in this location RCCIIT. Okay, this short same something like this folder structure, and then this is my ultimate folder. Okay,
Yes sir.
uh, okay, how to open on that command prompt on that particular location? You can click on this address bar and then type cmd where on
Okay
the
sir.
current folder location. Okay, type cmd and then enter. So it will directly open command prompt on that particular folder, on that particular
Yes
location.
sir.
So now here
Yes sir.
link the Python interpreter. So how to link? So type path equals, so where you have installed your Python. So in my case, this is my location, this is my Python interpreter. So I am copying this location. You can type, so just right click and it will be paste. So enter. So now it is linked with the Python interpreter. Okay, so now we can interpret, we can compile our newly created Python script, simple Python script, hello.py. Okay, so for that we need to type Python. Okay, then
ডাইরেক্টরিটা কপি করে আরেকবার বলুন, ডাইরেক্টরিটা কপি করে পাথ ইকুয়ালস টুটা লিখে দেবো।
হ্যাঁ।
পাথ ইকুয়ালস, আচ্ছা
আবার দেখাচ্ছি প্রথম থেকে। তো ফার্স্ট দিস ইজ ইয়োর, দেখো এই যে এক্সপ্লোরারটা আছে এটা আমার প্রোগ্রামিং ডিরেক্টরি। In this location I will do my Python programming, all my Python programs, okay.
ঠিক আছে।
And another directory, this is the location where I have installed my Python interpreter. My Python 3.8 is installed in this location, okay. This
আচ্ছা,
is,
এখান দিয়ে লিখে দিন, এখানে এটা কপি করে ওখানে গিয়ে পেস্ট পাথ ইকুয়ালস টুটা করে দেবো, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, প্রথমে তুমি ফার্স্ট ইউ ওপেন দিস লোকেশন
আচ্ছা
of your current directory.
স্যার, ওখান দিয়ে সিএমডি তে গেছি, ওখান দিয়ে সিএমডি তে গিয়ে ওখানে পাথ ইকুয়ালস টু টাই করে নেবো। হ্যাঁ স্যার,
এতটুকু হয়ে গেছে, CMD তে গেছো, then here in the command prompt to write path and then equals, and then go to your installation folder of Python, then copy this location, okay, this copy, and then paste it here. Path equals the location of the Python interpreter file, okay, and then enter. So it is linked.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we are all set to run Python programs, okay, using Python 3.8. Okay, so to run a Python program we need to first interpret the Python script. So for that type Python space, type Python and then space hello. So you can type ace and then press tab. So as there is only one file, so it will automatically appear. So and then enter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see the output is given hello world. So you have this is our first program, Python script. We are running a full Python program. In our previous examples we are running a single line in our Python shell. So here we are running Python programs. So it is very simple program, so it may be a larger program also. Okay, so now we'll run and I will try to run another program in this way. So let us say with a very simple example of Python program. Okay, the program's very simple program, no need to try the difficult programs in the first phases. So let us say we are trying to find the even or odd numbers. We will take an input from the user from the keyboard and then we'll calculate, and then we'll give a output as even or odd. If the number is even, then we'll print a message even, and vice versa also. Okay, so you everyone know the logic. Okay, so okay, you may not have this. So again open your notepad editor. Then we are trying to implement an even odd finder program. Okay, so first we need to give an message to our client, to our user, like print. We'll ask for a number, suppose enter a number, some space, and then in second line we'll declare a variable, suppose num equals will take some input. So to take input from the user, we can use the input method. Okay. So this input method will take some value from our client via keyboard. Okay. So we are dealing with integer type variable. So give me 1 minute. Hello. বল। আমি ক্লাস দিচ্ছি, এই প্রায় শেষের দিকে, হয়তো একটু পরে ফোন করছি। ঠিক আছে, আমার মোবাইল। So we are dealing with integer numbers because we are trying to find a even or odd number. So we'll typecast this input. Okay. So int in parenthesis will pass this one. So you are understanding the concepts. Also in Python, you will very careful about the indentation, about the spaces. Okay. So here I am not giving any space before the lines. Okay. No space is I have left no space. Okay. So this line num is a variable, and we are initializing with a value, and that particular value will come from the keyboard, from our user. Okay. Now the logic part. So if we will divide the number by 2, and we will check the remainder. If the remainder is 0, then it is even number. If not, it is not a even number, it is odd number. So we'll learn the if statement. So if, and then num, and like C programming language, here also we have modulus operator. So this will give us only the remainder section, you all know. So if this equals 0, okay, and then we need to give a colon. This is the syntax of this if statement. That means the syntax saying that the conditional statement of if is finished. So
You should close the parenthesis sign, so maybe.
yes. So here, so now if this is true, means, so now you can leave some space, press the tab key once. Okay. Or you can use a single space or some 4 space. In my case, I am using a single tab. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, if this is true, then I am just printing
Fine.
controls given. Okay. So you can also use the else statement here, and then again we need to give this colon, and then print. Okay. This is simple example. So now you need to save this. go to file and save as. Use this all files and then even not give a name, and then you must give .py as your extension name. Okay, and then save. Now go to your command prompt and try to like this one. Python name is this one. So it is compiled, interpreted correctly, and it is asking for a number. So suppose the number is 45, and then enter. So it is showing us output odd. Okay. So this is the overall process to run Python program. So everyone completed this section.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in our syllabus, we don't have so many things to uh, discuss about. Actually, we have a little syllabus, so we are going very slow. And after completion of our syllabus, we'll try to implement some projects. Okay, the projects may be of about some machine learning projects you can implement. Some you can implement some clustering algorithms like k-means clustering. Okay, or you can some implement some classification methods. Okay, or
স্যার বলছি এইগুলো স্যার বলছি এইগুলোর আগে স্যার আপনি আমাদের কয়েকটা এক্সাম্পল দিতে পারবেন না এখনকার দিনের অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস গুলোতে কোথায় কোথায় পাইথনের অ্যাপ্লিকেশন আছে লাইক নেটফ্লিক্স এন্ড অল।
পাইথন দেখো তুমি যেখানে ইউজ করতে চাইবে, মেনলি there are various sections of use of Python. You can implement different web pages. Okay, and using Python you can use the implement the page rank algorithms. So in different suppose like in Google, how Google is working. So they are tracking the different websites and they are ranking. Okay, so the what is the rank of different pages, what are the outgoing links, what are the incoming links. They are keeping all the tracks with the help of some Python, the scripts maybe in Python. Okay, so you can use some bot. Okay, so it will automatically uh, traverse throughout the internet, you can say. It will automatically uh, visit all the web pages. If anyone creates a new web page, then yeah, the bot will visit there. How it will visit? With any link on another website. If you implement a website, you will try to announce, you will try to give some advertise of your websites. From there, this bot will pick your address, website address. There you can use Python, or you want to some implement some specific applications, like you want to track for some particular websites for some particular messages. Okay, you can you can track some Twitter handles, okay, some Facebook accounts. So automatically you can read the contents of the pages, the paragraphs. Using Python, it will be very uh, easy to track the different web pages. Okay, we can also learn about this website reading programs. Okay, how you can run. There are plenty of applications of Python. So you can ask me some question. Uh, okay, in the upcoming times, we'll try to implement some projects based on these examples, like website visiting. Automatically it will download all the data of a website, and it will save the data in our local memory. Okay, so using Python you can implement some animations. Using you can implement some games, and you can actually analyze the user search results. So suppose a particular user is interested for particular keywords. So based on that keywords, the previous search history, you can give some advertise, or you can recommend him the latest articles, or it may be in the form of some videos. Okay, you can implement this. So obviously you can use other languages, but if you use Python, then it will be easy compared to other languages. Okay, so for today I am ending the class. Before that, don't leave my classroom. I need to give your attendances. So hold on. One thing is that uh, uh, nowadays you have plenty of resources of learning anything. Okay, you can learn anything using internet. You all know that. Okay, so at least we need to learn whatever is present in our syllabus. Okay. And if you want to know more, okay, beyond your syllabus, you can obviously use different you can enroll yourself in different courses also. Okay, or you can learn in detail with the help of internet. You all know, if your time obviously permits, you have all obviously other subjects also to learn. uh, for the aim of the program is that at least you know the basics of Python, and then later on, whenever you need to learn in more detail about Python, then you can learn the advanced sections of Python easily, as you will have a basic knowledge of Python. So uh, where is my so one more thing is that the next week, I mean 27, 28, 27, you have next class on 27th August. So I have enrolled in a faculty development program. Okay, and that is starting from 28, and it will end on 20. Sorry, it will start from 24, and it will end on 28th August. Okay, so it will be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you will permit, then I will take another class on 22nd August. Okay, I am taking the class of 27th August on 27th August on 22 August. Okay. Uh, it will be okay for all of you.
Sir, we already had a class of HOD on 22.
Okay, uh, then 23 Sunday.
Sir, we have a lab of HOD, sir, on 23.
Oh, then okay, which time you have? I mean, in any time in Sunday, any time, not necessarily in 3:45. You can start from 12 noon or 10 a.m. Okay.
So, CR will let you know, sir, when we.
Okay. Okay. So roll number 45,
Present,
Ananya.
sir. Present, sir.
Sagar Jana, roll number 62.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Class roll number 63.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 64.
Present, sir.
Roll number 65.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 66.
Present, sir.
Roll
Present,
number
sir.
67. Follow me.
Present, sir.
Roll number 68. Sagar De.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 69. Sheta.
Absent.
Roll number 70.
Present, sir.
Roll number 71. Talk. Roll number 72. Sneha.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 73. Anjali. Anjali is there or not?
Absent.
Roll number 74. Abhishek. Roll number 75. Saurabh.
Sir, Abhishek is here but not responding.
Okay. Roll number 76. 76. Smita. Roll number 77.
Yes, sir.
77.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll number 78.
Sir, 76 is here. Smita is here. Smita, please respond.
Okay. Roll number 78. Rajan. Roll number 79.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 81. Mridmoy.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 82.
Hello.
Mauricio is present. 83. Jeet Sardar.
Yes.
84. Subhojit.
Present, sir.
Roll number 85. Abhishek Kumar Singh.
Present, sir.
Roll number 86. Rakesh.
Present, sir.
Roll number 87.
I do not. Present, sir.
Roll number 88. Lavani.
Yes, sir.
Roll number 89. Abhirup. Abhirup.
Not present.
Absent, sir.
Shubham.
Present.
Okay, let me check the total number.
Hello, sir. Hello.
हाँ बोलो. Roll
number
number.
74. Sir, I responded 74 roll number.
Okay, 74. Abhishek. 74. Okay. Okay, then I will discuss with Aritra for the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now you can leave now. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.